Maine has a lot of iconic associations: lobster, blueberries, lighthouses, and leisure. But that doesn't paint the full picture. 1.3 million people call this state home. Entrepreneurs, educators, creators, investors. They make their living here in towns and cities and unincorporated territories, from the rocky coast and sandy beaches to beautiful mountains and pine forests. Maine is where people come to have it all. World-class companies, work-life balance. This is where we live. This is where we work. This is Maine. Hi everyone, I'm your host Erin O'Valley, and this is my buddy Baxter. Each week we will travel to new places around Maine and introduce you to people living their best Maine life. Millions of people travel to our state each year, but we are some of the lucky ones that get to call Maine home. But so can you. Stick around to see how.
We're standing here at Nordic Aqua Farms headquarters in Belfast, Maine. Nordic Aqua Farms develops and operates land-based fish farms. Here in Belfast, we're developing one of those. What land-based aquaculture means is basically that we grow all of our fish away from the ocean on land using sophisticated filters and water treatment technology to clean and recycle the water so we can keep both the fish and the environment healthy at all times. Here in Belfast, the project's about 1.5 years old, and in that time frame, the Maine team has grown to 10 people, and that includes people that are engineers, fish farming veterans, as well as folks that have decades of experience in finance as well as communications. The company was founded overseas in Norway about 5 years ago, and the reason that they set it on Maine is they really needed to identify particular criteria that were suitable for growing salmon. And in addition to that, I think they identified Maine as a place that had a really rich tradition of both agriculture and seafood. It gave us an opportunity to take advantage of an existing seafood industry that was really a well-established brand, so we're really looking forward to sort of settling in and being part of that tradition. My story is I grew up in southern Maine. I went away to school to study marine biology, and while I was away, I guess it didn't take me too long living away from Maine to really start looking for job opportunities to come back home and work in aquaculture. And so when Nordic announced the project that we're developing here now, I really saw it as the perfect opportunity to come home and take the aquaculture skills that I had developed out of state and bring them home.
So I've lived in Belfast for about 15 years, and when I heard Nordic was coming, I didn't know much about them at first. So naturally I did some reading about them, and the more that I learned, the more interested I became, the more excited I became, because I knew that meant more job opportunities for people in the area. I'm just really excited about the educational opportunities that we'll be able to introduce to this area in the local schools, and teaching them about aquaculture in Maine, the history of aquaculture, and especially how Nordic is going to approach it.
So next we're going to head over to the site where we're actually going to be building our farm. This is what we just call our field office for now. Once we get all our permits and we're ready to break ground, we're going to build the facility on a plot of land that's a little bit south of here. So we'll show you that and where that's going to fit into the landscape. This is our site here. When you're identifying a place to put a fish farm up, you're looking for a site that meets certain criteria, and naturally this site, of course, met those, and some of those things are, for example, ideally for growing salmon, you want access to cold, clean, fresh and seawater. So just a few hundred yards on the other side of those trees there is the ocean. So that's our access to that seawater. Yep. And there's also an aquifer right below here that is going to be able to supply us with all the fresh water that we need. Yeah, it's a 54-acre site that's going to house those fish tanks that you see there in the video. And more or less those fish are going to spend their entire life cycle there. All the way from the point that they're in eggs, and we'll hatch them out and grow them up to 4 or 5 kilograms, so 8 to 10 pounds. Within 5 to 7 years, we'll employ about 100 people here across a wide variety of different sectors. So some of them like me will be fish farmers. Other people will be doing things like fish processing. The exciting thing about this facility in particular is not only are there different types of jobs, but there's jobs that are going to be attainable by people with a wide array of different educational backgrounds, all the way up from maybe only having a GED up to folks that will look for master's degrees or PhDs for. So in that sense, it's a great job creation opportunity. I think the state does a great job of fostering new business development, new industries, but at the same time really prioritizing the preservation of its natural resources. I think it's always done a good job of inviting the future and also hanging on to the best parts of the past too. So a lot of times we get asked the question why of all places we chose Belfast, Maine, and I think what the company saw when they looked at the city was a place that really fostered a wide diversity of industries and is home to businesses big and small. So they really saw themselves fitting into the business community. But at the same time, I think they saw a city that also had a whole lot of personality and a lot of culture, and in that sense would be a place where they could have an easy time attracting a workforce.
How's it going?
How's it going?
Come on board.
Guys.
Nice to see you.
Hey, how's it going?
We are the back and forth owners. We run a small boat business here in Belfast, and we take people out during the day on harbour tours. And
we take kids in the mornings to do treasure hunting excursions, so they get like old kind of pirate maps to follow, clues to solve, and then they go and pull some crates out of the bay with little treasure items in there to take home. And then we do some sunset and lobster cruises on an evening, which is more of an adult vibe, like bring your own wine and kind of enjoy the cruisy evening. And it's all been great. We're having a good season.
We found Belfast just from extensive travel, and Belfast is the best place in the world for it.
Yeah, we love it. We blame it on watching too many 80s and 90s movies, you know, like The Money Pit and all of those kind of crazy New England movies, which is why we ended up here, I think.
Really?
Yeah. We're from Yorkshire in England, and we love Belfast just because it's such an amazing community. All independent businesses, everyone works together to support each other all the time. And we're open all year round. Most businesses we aren't because of the water and everything, but Belfast is here all year round. The businesses are here all year round, and it's a great place to live and work.
I love it, yeah. It's a very magical place. We all say the same thing, or at least everyone I've met says that it brings you here. It's
Belfast chooses you.
Yeah,
Yes.
And that's how it feels.
This year I'm working at WEX doing diversity and inclusion under Gimbala and helping the HR team look at how they can improve. I was kind of just taken aback that I had the opportunity to go work in Maine, live in Maine, and really see what the other big companies have to offer. A lot of people just don't get to see what Maine gets to do, and they only see one aspect of either your farming or your fishing or lobstering. So it's cool to be like, hey, there's a ton of cool stuff here. Hi, I'm Marcus. I'm originally from Boston, Massachusetts, and I'm excited to be part of the WEX internship of 2019.
Hey there, I'm David from David's Restaurant. I'm the chef and owner. I'm here in David's Monument Square. It's my restaurant right in Portland. I also have David's Opus 10, also right here in Monument Square. It's our little specialty restaurant where we do specialty wine pairing dinners. And my neighborhood restaurant over in South Portland, David's 388. Come on in sometime this summer. We're open here for lunch and dinner. Opus just dinner. David's 388, brunch on Saturdays and Sundays, and dinner 7 nights a week. Come on in, enjoy the experience.
So I'm the Chief Trust Officer here at Spinnaker Trust. On any given day, I find myself talking with clients about their needs, what are they looking for from the trust, and ultimately at the end of the day to just make sure that we provide a great level of service to our clients. It didn't take me long once I moved here to Maine to realize that I loved it here. We choose to live here in vacation land where people come and they enjoy what Maine has to offer, and we get to experience that all of the time.
Welcome to the Boothbay Harbor Oceanside Golf Resort, one of our options for our guests to stay in.
Here we are at Harbor Island View. Welcome to your home. Let's check it out.
So you're not kidding about entertaining.
This second floor is what we say are your two guest rooms. There's a king and a queen, both with their own ensuite bathrooms. Here we are, the third floor master suite. As one of our cottage guests, you receive exclusive access to our golf course, our wellness center, any of our restaurants.
Wow.
We are the Belfast Co-op. We are Belfast's only member-owned organization. We have over 4,300 owners who all have an equity share in our business. We've been here since 1976 in the town of Belfast, and in this particular location since 1994. We're able to have a pretty big impact on the local economy through working with local suppliers, local vendors, paying fantastic workers to do really good work in the community. We also have quite a bit of charitable giving that we do throughout the course of the year. We host a Roundup at the Register program for local nonprofits that in the last year gave out $40,000 in cash to local nonprofits just from people rounding up at the register. When you first walk in the door, the thing that's going to hit you right off the bat is our produce department. I think it's sort of the highlight of our entire store because it shows you the vitality of that local food economy. So in the height of summer, we're getting so much local greens, we're getting local flowers, we're getting local tomatoes. It's really sort of the vitality of what we're trying to do here. When you go sort of around the perimeter of the store, you're going to see that carried through our dairy department where you have local milk and yogurt from local organic farmers primarily. Clear through the back of the store where you're looking at like our meat and cheese department where you have everything in our meat case right now is from local farms. And you get into our other highlight department, which is our deli, which draws people from the community, draws people from away to come in and have really good, healthy, honest food and get to have a nice eating experience in our cafe area. So we have the best burger in town, period. I've eaten a lot of burgers in this town, yeah, definitely our burgers. Co-ops exist as autonomous organizations inside of their own communities, and they're structured around their communities and the wants and the needs and the aspirations of those communities. So it's fundamental to who we are and what we are able to do in our community. I love Belfast for a number of reasons. I mean, it's beautiful. Coastal Maine doesn't get much better than that. I moved here to raise my family because this is the sort of community that I wanted to raise kids in, and our farming community is amazing. There's so much local agriculture happening here. There's so many good things happening in Belfast in particular. I'm here every day with my neighbors, with my friends, doing good work to benefit the community. So yeah, I can't imagine working anywhere else.
Hi, welcome to Waterfall Arts, the coolest place in 4 counties.
There's so many different things that we do here that it embraces everything from, having camps with kids after school or during the summer to people that are, retired in their 70s that are able to, for the first time, do printmaking. It's actually this huge mecca for this community. It's this outlet for creativity that I can't think of any place that rivals it in the Mid-Coast area. We have pottery, we have printmaking, we have different artist studios, we have guitar lessons, piano. We rent a lot of different spaces from everything to dance and drawing. So we kind of look at everything that the community needs and try to accommodate that as best we can. Belfast is just fun. It's just a really great little town. I mean, there's a lot more to do here than you think, but yet there's only a population of around 6,500, so you know everybody. There's this real element of comfort. We really love everything from food to art to just kind of being our personal creative selves, no matter what that may be. Not to mention we're right on the water too, so there's any direction you want to go from Belfast, you can accommodate something you're interested in.
Okay, Aaron, come on in. Let me show you the Clifford Gallery here at Waterfall Arts. This is an unusual show in that it's called Gallery Closed, but the gallery's open.
Here we are.
Right, so it's a little bit of a subversive show in that it's kind of cutting the line between what you would expect from a gallery show with lots of painting and stuff and artwork, and you can come in and look at it and walk away. This intends to get you more engaged in what is actually going on here. There you go.
$10 off.
$10 off on the Easy Gaze Omphalos, which is a belly button, which you can wear around your neck and gaze at your own navel, and so you have your own navel gazing device. Right? No, I'm serious. This is the kind of show this is, you see?
Interactive.
It's interactive, yeah, and the whole idea that, you know, as artists, you gaze at your own navel and you sort of like, it's all completely self-involved with no connection to others. It's kind of mocking that whole concept, see?
How did you find Belfast, or how did Belfast find you?
Well, I moved to the area in 1971. I've been here just since a couple of years after Woodstock, you know? So there's the whole world of young people with long hair and beards showing up and changing things, you know? Making a whole other world. We try to do that. And this is one sort of manifestation of it as time goes on. We have 14 studios that are rented to musicians who teach. There's a lighting designer upstairs, there's a photographer, 2 photographers, painters, art therapists, arts of all kinds. And here it is, like almost 20 years later.
Cool to see.
Yeah.
How it's grown.
Oh, it's amazing. And it really is very important for the community, and people really recognize it as, it's a hub for all kinds of creative activity.
So I'm Lindsay Lopes. I'm the Employee Success Partner here at Certify Inc. So I love coming to work every day because the people that work here just really make the company what it is. We have a great family atmosphere here. There's a lot of laughs and smiles on a day-to-day basis, and everyone here works really hard. They look out for one another. We take care of each other here. So it's a really great place to be and to have my career here. You're never bored here. There's always something to do for fun, and you know, working at Certify, it really does provide me with that work-life balance that I need to experience all those things in my community. If you're looking for a great opportunity to live and work in Maine at a growing company, check out our website.
Summer is finally here, and that means shopping at Freeport Village Station. Why spend hours shopping on your computer when you can be here, get outside, and try things on? At Freeport Village Station, parking's a breeze and free. Choose from fashions you can afford and brands you know and love. Who doesn't love a great bargain on a new outfit? Then treat yourself to a delicious burger and then a sweet treat. To top it off, kick back and relax, and let's catch a movie at Nordica Theater. Freeport Village Station. Come for the bargains, but stay for the fun. Happy summer and happy shopping from Freeport Village Station. Get your coupons now and save at onefreeportvillagestation.com.
Summertime at DeMillo's is all about the decks on the water, our fresh seafood, and our wonderful cocktails. DeMillo's has something for everyone, from our lounge and bar, decks, to our main dining room. We have Italian fare, healthy options, and as I mentioned before, the fresh seafood that is caught behind me daily. My name is Chelsea DeMillo, and I hope to see you here this summer at DeMillo's on the Water on Casco Bay, and we have free parking.
Hi everybody, and welcome back. If you are planning a trip to Maine and you want a customized, authentic trip, call Vanessa Santorelli, your Maine concierge. Grab a piece of paper and pen for this week's Maine road trip.
I always knew I wanted to be in New England, and once I started coming to Portland, I couldn't stop coming back. I got to the point where I was coming here every single month. I decided to pull the trigger, and I found this space, and the rest is history, as they say. The building was originally built as the Lafayette Arms Hotel in 1903, which was when Teddy Roosevelt was actively our president. I kind of like to think we turned it back into, the grand, upscale space that the public can actually use now, like it was originally designed in 1903. I want to build Sagamore Hill today. So if Teddy Roosevelt built his home, Sagamore Hill, which is in Oyster Bay, Long Island, today, what would it look like if it were a bar? And it had to be modeled after the North Room in Sagamore Hill. So you'll notice liberal uses of walnut, and it's because that room was covered floor to ceiling in walnut. There was taxidermy all throughout the space. So you'll notice vintage taxidermy everywhere here. And everything is paying tribute to the North Room in Sagamore Hill. Teddy Roosevelt had a great history here in Maine. He suffered from depression, and Maine sort of became his Prozac. When this was a hotel, his niece, Eleanor Roosevelt, actually stayed here. So there were all these connections to not only Portland, but to Maine. And you know, I decided to run with it. You'll see a lot of people just relaxing and settling in on a very cold night to have some good drinks. It's not uncommon for large groups to come in and grab one of the banquettes and sit for hours on end. So I think you'll see it's just a really cozy, relaxed atmosphere.
Can I get the First Lady?
Absolutely.
A warm and elegant cocktail with an effervescent finish. Erin's the First Lady of Maine life. Ryan, thank you so much for having us from Philly to Portland. We are so happy you're here. Absolutely. For a very warm and elegant atmosphere with great craft cocktails. Cheers. Cheers to Sagamore Hill Lounge. Yeah, congratulations.
Welcome to Bara Restaurant in East Bayside, Portland, Maine. About 5 years ago, we purchased a food truck. We decided on Middle Eastern street food. We thought there was a need for it in town. We ran it for 3 years and then just decided that it was time for the next step.
It's a lively environment, friendly faces. We're trying to have a real warm environment.
Ovid, thank you for having us at your bar.
Of course, happy to have you.
We're back here at Baharat. You, my lady, would like one of each.
One of each? One of all of them.
Yes.
Garden party here for you. And the top cocktail.
Thank you.
Cheers to you both.
Cheers. Yay.
All right. Here we have the baba ganoush, the hummus. We have some charred chicken skewers.
Oh my gosh, I don't know where to
Oh my word.
Covered with our vegan garlic sauce.
To Baharat.
To Baharat. Cheers.
So if you're a fellow Mainer or visiting our beautiful state for the very first time and want your own personalized itinerary, visit my website or give me a call.
Heritage Day is a community event. It's been going for 10 years. We also have a strawberry festival. We've got a 5K race. We've got so much to do.
We have a variety of vendors, a kids zone, and it's all in partnership with the town of Poland, with Poland Spring Water, and with the Poland Spring Preservation Society, along with the Poland Spring Resort.
From all of us here at Poland Spring, happy summer, Maine.
I'm Heather Johnson, and I am the Commissioner of the Department of Economic and Community Development for the state of Maine. And our job is really to help grow the economy and support our communities. You know, I think Maine is a great place to have it all, if that's possible. You know, we have great outdoor recreation opportunities, we have beautiful landscapes, we have a food marketplace that's, you know, amazing and considered in the top 10 nationally. And we have a great workforce. We need to continue to grow and expand our workforce, but I think what you'll find are really talented, smart, creative people that will work really hard. So I actually moved back to Maine because I had adopted a little boy, and I wanted him to grow up near my family and in the same community I had, so that he had the opportunity to have these kind of really ingrained Maine values that I thought were really important for me.
Mountainside Real-Estate is the official agency of Sugarloaf. We have an office with 4 full-time agents. Sugarloaf has a great wide variety of properties, from studios to condos to single-family homes. There's just something for everyone. We have golf, we've got skiing, we've got incredible mountain biking. There's a huge variety of stuff to do up here. Our office is open 362 days a year. We're in a great location just across from Deli's on Main Street in Sugarloaf.
There's about 19 acres here. We have a tremendous waterfront, kayaks, canoes, stand-up paddleboards. We have a fleet of 18 sailboats, interior dining, exterior dining. Cocktails are served around the pool and also out in the Adirondack chairs and the lawn. It's really unlike anything else in Mid-Coast Maine. I think that's why people come back year after year after year.
For a one-of-a-kind experience, visit Lincoln Bay Resort, the only all-inclusive sailing resort in New England. Located in beautiful Boothbay Harbor, Maine, we hope to see you soon.
Well, Darby's has been Darby's since 1986, a local favorite. The former owner purchased the building and turned it back into a restaurant. The original owners who built the building in 1865 were the Darby family. It's been a popular restaurant for the last 33 years. My wife and I just obtained ownership June 1st in 2016, and we pretty much just kept the ball rolling. A comfortable family feel. The staff and all of our local regular customers are one great big family. So our menu is quite diverse. We range from southwestern items like the chicken enchilada, which is really popular, or some Asian dishes like the pad thai, which is really popular. We also have a Buddha bowl. Our mac and cheese is real popular. And then we offer nightly specials, seafood specials, and always on Friday and Saturday nights, prime rib. The staff is unbelievable. I mean, they are the lifeblood of the place. That's what really keeps it rolling. We seat just over 100 people with the upstairs dining room that services up to 25 people maximum. Yeah.
Busy still around the holidays? You're open year-round?
We are open year-round, 7 days a week, closed for the usual holidays. And weather permitting, sometimes in the wintertime, as we all know, it can get a little dicey here, so, yeah.
So tell us about the live music. Where's the live music?
So live music is in the first dining room that we came in, and in that room on Wednesday nights we have Get Lucky is the band. A couple of older fellas who play old folk songs, and it's really good. It's become really popular. And then on Thursday nights we have the Belfast Fiddlers.
So you have a lot of locals coming and...
Yes, very much
like
so.
Cheers, you know.
Similar, yes. Oh yeah. We have regulars on Thursday nights that reserve their booth for the next week every Thursday. Yeah. The artwork that you see in this dining room, other than the head of the tide painting here, is all done by locals. The glass art is done by one of our waitresses, actually my sister. And the oils are done by one of our waitresses as well. Her name's Joanne Parent.
You have a talented staff.
We really do.
This is obviously the pad thai.
The pad thai and the baked Jarlsberg.
Okay, so tell me what...
So the baked Jarlsberg is Jarlsberg cheese, caramelized onions, and a few other secret spices and ingredients. Well, I can't give it all out. This recipe was found by the former owner in Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Oh, cool.
And brought it back, and when he brought it back, it's been a favorite on the menu for the last 20 years. And the pad thai has been on the menu longer than I've been coming to Darby's for sure. Here, let me scoop you some.
Well, thank you.
I'm not originally from here. My folks moved here back in '88. So I've been here longer than I've been anywhere else. My friends, I can't be a local and I can't be a Mainer, a true Mainer, so my friends call me the implant. It's been outstanding. The community, they were really friendly with the former owner. After he passed away and my wife and I purchased the restaurant, the community was right behind us the whole way. Well, I love Belfast because of the people and the community and the way everybody looks out for each other. And it's just a safe, comfortable, great place to live.
Thank you, everybody, for hosting us here in the beautiful town of Belfast. Cheers!
Cheers!
Thank you for watching This Is Maine. To follow our adventures, check out our website, mainelifemedia.com, or my Instagram @AirnoValley. And if you would like to live the Maine life, find your job at liveandworkinmaine.com. Thanks for watching.